Hello YouTube and welcome back to a very exciting reaction video because every single year in July, Hoyoverse manages to drop a teaser trailer that kind of blows up my Twitter feed for like a whole week. 3 years ago, we did have all of the Fatui Harbingers revealed. 2 years ago, we had the Fontaine teaser. Last year, we had the Natland teaser. And as of, by the time you're watching this, a couple days ago, we have the Ignition teaser. Wait, no, this is wrong. Teyvat chapter interlude teaser, The God's Limit. And if I'm being honest here, this one looks to be the most insane, even compared to all of the previous teasers we have gotten. So I've seen snippets of it, just online. I've heard things here and there, but I have not sat down to watch this yet. So in this video, I will be reacting to it in its full 8 minutes and 55 seconds, and you get to see my live reaction to this interlude teaser. So should be a banger. Cannot wait to see what everyone is talking about here. But of course, if you do enjoy the content, like, comment, subscribe. You can join us on Twitch, twitch.tv/AntonyChen. And without further ado, let's see what this video is about. Oh, damn. Look at this art style. This is Genshin?
This world has always been so. Life abides no reason, for none are born by their own consent. Death abides no reason, for it cannot be defied, even by those who see it coming.
Hey, yo.
Time abides no reason, for it deprives us all equally, yet brooks not a second to be reclaimed. Space abides no reason.
The unknown god. Oh.
The ruler of space stopped the golden-haired twin travelers and mercilessly tore them apart.
What? Did they just obliterate this old woman? They freaking, like, Himiko ulted her. Oh my god.
The beer... No. This looks more like Rhine-daughter's doing. Please don't litter other people's spaces with your bizarre creations.
Rhine-daughter.
Unsurprisingly, all life here has been rendered unstable, tainted by the ruler of space. I have seen enough to know that repeating this experiment would be fruitless.
You seem to wield my power as if it were nothing but a plaything for your amusement. Although merging with you has stripped me of agency, I shall still continue to voice my disapproval. My dear Rhine-daughter.
You have my respect, Nibirius. Your
We
nagging
actually
is
get
one
to
of the
see
only
them?
things that can get under my skin.
This is what they mentioned in the
And
previous
you,
Archon
Mr.
quest,
Roth?
right?
Why did you bestow history upon them?
Istaroth.
I had to find some way to pass the time, did I not? After all, it's clear that Asmodee is not here.
Well, perhaps you could share your input a little earlier next time. But you're right. There's no trace of Asmodee here. Where has she gone? Anyway, it's time I put this space out of its misery.
What is happening?
these meetings are just a formality, does it really matter that only 3 of us are here?
I, for one, think that we should find her. Since the heavenly principles cast us as shades, not one of us has ever missed a meeting.
What if she just switched sides? Finding her would do more harm than good.
Now there's an interesting idea. Better than being devoured.
Just switched sides? You make it sound like such a trivial affair. We are shades, shadows of the heavenly principles. It's unthinkable. Unless she loves her new master more than her own self.
Renova, do you know that you're being watched?
By whom? Whose gaze could pierce this far? I remember those eyes. It was just before I placed the curse of immortality.
Okay, so she's kind of evil. R.I.P. my man Capitano, by the way.
Ah, yes.
But
He's an old
damn!
acquaintance of mine. I'm sure that working for the Tsaritsa has helped him let go of his past obsessions.
The Cryo Archon. With her paltry powers, she dares set her gaze on the heavenly
Did you just call?
principles.
Did you just call the
heavenly
Harbinger's
principles
paltry
have yet
powers?
to awaken. If I were her, I wouldn't pass on that opportunity either.
My dear Rhine daughter, you know I cannot allow you to think that way.
It was purely hypothetical, Nibirius.
For lack of a direct order, I say it's time we intervened. Of course, to the extent permitted by the rules.
Bro. Okay, and then we get to see the
The
Harbingers.
gaze of the gods has always been considered a blessing.
Not cry?
Hence the origin and meaning of visions. People have always yearned for the gaze of the gods. And yet, it is said that when mortals look directly upon the gods, they invite their wrath and retribution.
Oh, this voice, though.
And what of it? Lives will be lost, a nation brought to ruins. So be it. It is nothing I have not endured before. I already know the price of gazing upon the gods. So tell me, what is the price of killing a god?
Woo!
The god stays silent, as if the thought had
That's a
never
banger
once
line.
crossed his mind. To all those who dare not look up to the heavens, Her Majesty the Tsaritsa says this. Behold. Even the gods have their limits.
That was 8 minutes! What? That was not 8 minutes.
Inspection over. Return to your posts.
Make sure the Frostmoon Scions don't pose a threat.
Per the Pale Star Edict, we are to retrieve the damselette from Nod Cry, whatever it takes.
Okay, what the hell just happened, bro? What did I just watch? Okay, so starting at the very beginning, who is this? Just a random old woman? What? She's just an NPC? Nah, she seems important though. Look, she has special colored eyes. That must mean she's important here. But she's telling stories to what seems like students here. It almost seems like a class, right? Because every single like kid here has like a different textbook. She's telling the stories of the shades here. Yeah, there's 4 of them, right? And then all of a sudden, just boom, gets Himiko ulted for some reason. I don't know. Then we see the shades appear. Oh my goodness. Hello. Capitano, who? Okay, so these are the shades, right? The shadows of the heavenly principles. And I guess technically we've met, actually, I guess just one of them, right? We've only met Renova. She was the one who we spoke to, kind of, right? During that whole standoff at like the end of the Natlan arc, where someone had to exchange their life to fulfill the agreement, and Capitano ends up sacrificing himself. She's like that real scary eye that we see. Of course, she has like a anime physical form. Anyways, she looks pretty sick. But the shades meet here, and we get to actually see Reinutter for the first time. Oh my god, wait, they all just look sick. Yeah, so this is Albedo's creator, right? And we did hear a little bit about her from the previous Archon quest with like the Hexen Circle. She's also one of the, isn't she also one, is she one of the sinners as well? Or that's crazy, bro. Part of the Hexen Circle, one of the 5 sinners devoured Naberius. I don't know how you even do that. Like, who allowed this to happen? But she's like crazy stacked, bro. But yeah, I guess they're like 2 in 1 now. So Reinutter is possessing the body, but like Naberius is still present in like mental form. So it kind of, I guess they're like kind of merged, but yeah, Reinutter has like full control over the body as well as the mind, I guess. So she's just like, I guess she really is just devoured here. I really hope we will understand, or we'll get to see like exactly how she did it, how that's allowed, just because I don't know, the shades and the heavenly principles seem like such omnipresent immortal beings. So how does one simply just get devoured? But maybe we'll learn more in the future here. We also get to see over here in the tree Istaroth, and she is the, okay, wait, so we have the shade of what? Shade of death? Istaroth would be time, right? What is Reinutter? Life? Oh, and then the unknown god, right? The unknown god. Asmodee, space, who apparently is missing here. The other shades have no idea where she went. Oh, we also get to see the flexing of the powers here. It's kind of cool. She's like reversing time, turning like the leaves back to green. And then Renova just nukes this entire place, I guess. And they end up having a meeting here. And there's so much lore dropped in this, so many conspiracy theories. Check the voice actor for Istaroth in all 4 dub languages. Oh, I did see that. Apparently, all 4 dubs are voiced by Venti's voice actor, right? Same VA as Venti. Now, that could be a coincidence. That could just be because, you know, they like Venti's voice. No way in all of the dubs. I mean, we won't know, right? It's only speculation. But it's definitely an interesting choice, especially for it being all 4 of them, you know? It was clearly very intentional, but what that intention is and what the reason behind that is, like, I don't think we can say for sure yet, but we can definitely speculate, you know what I mean? We can definitely speculate. Anyways, they go on this meeting, they say Asmodee is missing. The heavenly principles have still not awakened. Wait, so the shades are shadows of the heavenly principles, right? What does that mean? Like their assistants? I mean, like how did they like come to be though? Like did the heavenly principles like create the shades? Or did they like just apply for the job and they just like, hey, we're gonna hire you to be our assistant? I mean, maybe there's like a canonical lore. Yeah, as far as lore is involved, I'm only really caught up in the what they reveal in like the main Archon quest, honestly. Damn, this must be a huge drop, right? I gotta go and watch like a 2-hour long like lore deep dive video on like everything that they just revealed in like this 8 minutes and 55 seconds here. All I can say is I hope they're playable. At least one of them, please. Fatouis, at least one of them. Okay, not even playable. I hope we actually get to see them show up and interact in Not Cry here. Because the way that this teaser is setting it up makes it seem like we're going to get this huge altercation with the Shades actually intervening. We might even get to know more about Asmodee, who is the whole reason that the twins are even in Teyvat. That's the whole reason that this story is even taking place here. And it seems like the Fatui are also going to have a confrontation here. Not just one or two like we've seen in the previous regions. Maybe the whole gang is grouping up here. But we do see this piercing gaze here. And yeah, I guess the rest of the trailer is just more about the Fatui here, but... And this is... what, like Piero, right? Oh, he's the first member, rank 1 Fatui Harbinger. You know, I'm not gonna lie, when I initially saw him in like the teaser, oh, not one, rank 1's Capitano? Damn, you're telling me rank 1 Harbinger is just stuck sitting eternally in a chair? Bruh, that is such a wasted opportunity, man. Rank regardless, when I first saw him in like the whole Harbinger like teaser that they released 3 years ago, I'm not gonna lie, he seemed like a bit of a crusty old man to me at that point. But bro, this guy has aura. Gazing upon the gods, not scared of the consequences. Stared down Renova eye to eye when she was placing the curse of immortality in Conria. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what he can do. I hope he actually does show up and not cry. But seems like the Fatui are once again on the move. Of course, in the story, we are getting closer to Snezhnaya and the Tsaritsa. It would make sense that we are going to see, you know, a couple more Fatui popping up here and there. I do hope we get to see some interaction not only with the Traveler, but with the Shades as well. And at the very end here, it is confirmed that the main Fatui, well, maybe not the main, but one of the premier Fatui who will be showing up in Not Cry is, of course, the Damselette, who seems to be having some network connectivity issues. Standing in a sea of flowers, which is a very interesting detail as well. But this is so hype, dude. This is actually so hype. Now, for the actual lore breakdown, obviously you're not watching me for a lore breakdown because I am not a lore YouTuber. I am not fully caught up with all of the lore and who each and every single character and their connections are in Genshin Impact. But considering that we, you know, did get a couple Easter eggs, a bit of lore drops, some progression in the story here and there over the past like 4 years, I really do feel like in this past year, especially starting after Fontaine, we've gotten so much more lore, so much more direct connection to like the history, the establishment of Teyvat, the greater powers beyond like simply Archons as well, and stuff that is actually related and gearing up towards like endgame of Genshin Impact that I can't just help but be very, very excited and also a lot more interested in finding out more for the lore here. But Not Cry looks like it's going to be a banger, at least on the narrative side. Definitely can't wait to see what the Shades as well as the Harbingers and the twins are up to in this region. It's going to be very, very exciting. So would love to hear all of your thoughts, your comments, your conspiracy theories down below in the comments. Let me know the information that you have gathered, the information that you want to share here, because I am very, very interested in learning more. And of course, can't wait for Not Cry. So thank you very much. This is a banger teaser. And let's see if we get a banger in-game story too. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.